Neymar Jr., a player so good that he made his professional debut at just 17. He was getting compared to the likes of Ronaldinho and Pele. And by the time he turned 25, he literally won everything except the Ballon d'Or and the World Cup. But now whenever his name comes up, it's all about injuries and some massive controversies. From being the greatest talent the world had ever seen, a player who was destined to replace Messi at Barcelona, to play in Saudi Arabia at just 31 years of age and failing there too, Neymar's downfall is unreal. So what exactly happened? Why did Neymar Jr. fail? Was it a bad luck, bad career choices, injuries, or perhaps something else? Well, let's take a look at the rise and fall of Neymar Jr. Just a reminder, if you are new to the channel, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And now let's get down to the video. Born on 5th February 1992 in a small city near Sao Paulo, Neymar grew up in very poor neighborhood. He used to live in very small house with his parents and his younger sister. And since his father Neymar Santos Sr. was once a professional footballer, Neymar too fell in love with the game at very young age, and believe me, he was very good at it. इतना अच्छा था कि नेमार अपने से बड़े बच्चों के साथ खेलता था in the streets of Brazil. He even played tons of futsal, which kind of explained why he's so good with the ball. Anyway, soon enough, his father recognized his talent and decided to support him. So at just 6 years of age, Neymar joined a local futsal club called Portuguese Santista. And after 5 years of domination, in 2003, Neymar joined the biggest academy in Brazil, Santos FC, where he showed his true potential and started making some noise. So much that in 2005, he got an invitation from the academy of Real Madrid. Same Madrid who at that time had big names like Ronaldo, Beckham, and even Zinedine Zidane. However, since Neymar was just 14 years old, he was feeling homesick and didn't want to leave Brazil just yet. So in order to keep him in Brazil, his father decided to ask a similar offer from Santos, and surprisingly they agreed because Neymar was just that good. Then in 3 years down the line, Neymar made his professional debut for the senior team of Santos in 2009, and it was an instant success. During his first season, Neymar made 48 appearances and scored 14 goals. But here is the thing, these numbers does not tell the full story, because Neymar's biggest attraction were his ball controlling and dribbling skills. He was getting compared to Ronaldinho and Pele after his very first season. And right when the iron was hot, Neymar dropped the hammer with his best season in 2010. Scoring 42 goals in 60 games. That is crazy. I mean, this guy was just 18 years old. Neymar's popularity exploded and he suddenly became the fan favorite at Santos. His popularity was just not limited to Santos or Brazil, as a ton of top European clubs like West Ham and Chelsea were interested to sign him. Meanwhile, Neymar continued to grow his stardom and he became one of the most exciting players in the world. Then in 2011, Neymar led Santos to win their first ever Copa Libertadores trophy since Pele, who did the same in 1963. Neymar also got Puskás Award for his incredible solo goal against Flamengo and was even named as South American Player of the Year in 2011 and 2012. During his 5 years at Santos, despite being just 21 years old, Neymar already scored 136 goals in 225 games. Then in 2013, Neymar was named in the Brazil squad for the discontinued Confederation Cup, and he did not disappoint, as throughout the tournament, Neymar scored 4 goals and gave 2 assists, for which he was even named as the player of the tournament. And with that, Neymar proved to the world that he was ready for the Europe. 3rd June 2013, that day Neymar joined FC Barcelona. He was presented in Camp Nou in front of 56,000 fans, and we all know what happened next. This was the place where Neymar became the Neymar Jr. During his first season at Barcelona, Neymar got relatively a slow start with getting 15 goals and 15 assists in 41 appearances. However, in 2014-2015 season, Neymar truly reached his prime. But before that, let's talk about Brazil, as Neymar was going to represent his country for the very first time in 2014 World Cup. He was going into the tournament as the main man of the team. And to be fair, he did pretty well until the quarterfinals against Colombia, where Neymar faced a horrible back injury that forced him out of the tournament. And even though Brazil tried to honor him in the semi-finals against Germany, but they got thrashed with 7 goals instead, ending Brazil's hope to win the World Cup. Meanwhile, Neymar returned to Barcelona with a terrible injury. However, this time something was different. Neymar was hungrier than ever. In 2014-2015 season, Neymar scored 39 goals and assisted 10 times in 51 games, helping Barcelona to complete the treble. And to top it off, Neymar was the part of MSN, a trio that literally frightened every opponent they played against. And with Messi and Suarez producing similar numbers, the MSN ended the season with 122 goals, the most by any attacking trio in football history. Although it was later smashed by them only in the very next year as they scored 131 goals. Anyway, for all the achievements in 2014-2015 campaign, Neymar finished third in the Ballon d'Or ranking, the closest he has ever gotten to win this award. During his 4 years at Barcelona, Neymar made 186 appearances, gave 76 assists and scored 105 goals. And in terms of trophies, he won 1 Champions League, 1 Club World Cup, 1 UEFA Super Cup, 1 Spanish Super Cup, 2 La Liga titles and 3 Copa del Rey. However, the biggest highest for Neymar during his time at Barcelona was the incredible 6-1 comeback against PSG in Champions League round of 16. In this game, Neymar scored 2 crucial goals and gave a last-minute assist to Sergio Roberto's winner. Now, if you see here, Neymar was the reason why Barcelona were going through, but it was Messi who got most of the attention, which made Neymar realize that he cannot become the main man at Barcelona. So despite being the part of the best attacking trio in the world, Neymar did something unthinkable. August 2017, Neymar joined PSG for 222 million euros, a transfer that truly disturbed the football. I mean, for the first time we saw how powerful the oil money is. Anyway, Neymar lived up to this hype in his first season. He scored 28 goals and gave 16 assists in 30 games, helping PSG to win their home treble, and this time Neymar was the center point, just like how he always wanted. However, it didn't last long, as very next year, the French wonderkid Kylian Mbappe joined PSG, and again there was a power struggle. Furthermore, in February 2018, Neymar faced a serious injury and was forced out for 3 months, missing a total of 18 games for both PSG and Brazil. Although luckily Neymar was able to recover just before 2018 World Cup, and once again spotlights were on him, but not for the right reasons. I mean, yeah, he was great and all, but the biggest highlight of his 2018 World Cup was simulation, or simply put, diving. Neymar would easily go down and roll around with the slightest of touch and literally beg for penalties. It was so extreme that memes started popping out trolling Neymar for simulation. Anyway, in 2018-2019, Neymar suffered with more injuries and missed over 20 games for both PSG and Brazil, which includes the Champions League fixture against Manchester United, where PSG got knocked out in round of 16. However, in 2019-2020, it was for the first time when Neymar was fit for most of the campaign and was also available for the Champions League. Even though his stats were not so good, but Neymar was still able to lead PSG into their first ever Champions League final. However, they lost it to Bayern Munich. Then in 2020-21, PSG signed Lionel Messi and created MNM, which made things worse for Neymar because of his constant injuries and the hate he was getting from the fans. He became the third priority to the club after Messi and Mbappe. However, nothing good came for MNM, as PSG got eliminated from round of 16 of Champions League both in 2021 and 2022. Then after yet again failed World Cup campaign, Neymar faced an ankle injury in February 2023 and was ruled out of whole season, which made PSG fans finally lose their patience, and they even showed up to Neymar's house demanding him to leave the club. So in August 2023, at just 31 years old, Neymar joined Saudi club Al Hilal with a reported salary of 300 million euros for 2 years. Now this was supposed to be a new start for Neymar Jr. However, injuries followed him there too. After playing just 5 games for Saudi side, Neymar tore his ACL in the World Cup qualifier against Uruguay, which could keep him away from football for at least 8 to 10 months. So considering the state he's in, this could be the end of Neymar Jr. Well, it's a shame that it turned out like this. It's a shame that Neymar had such a bad ending. And I am pretty sure most of you are wondering, how did this happen? Why did Neymar Jr. fail? Was it discipline issues, luck, bad career choices, and we already talked about his injuries? But then again, how come Neymar gets injured so frequently, while Lionel Messi, who has similar playing style, barely gets injured? Well, that's because Neymar gets fouled more than you think. Remember when talked about how Neymar played most of 2018 World Cup on ground begging for fouls? Well, that's because Neymar was most fouled player in that tournament. 26 fouls to be precise. And it's just not the World Cup. Neymar is the most fouled player since 2016, which explains why his injury problems accelerated ever since he joined PSG. It's true that pressure makes diamond, but it's also true that too much pressure destroys things. And that seems to be the case with Neymar Jr. As at the age of just 17 years old, he was compared to Pele and Ronaldinho. And by the time he turned 20, he already played 200 professional games. That's just too much. I mean, after going through Paul Pogba's case in our previous video, we know what that does to players' body in long term. Anyway, the point is Neymar was always under pressure, the pressure of living up to the hype, justifying the price tag, and worst of all, competing with GOATs for most of his career. And I guess all that pressure and criticism on social media broke Neymar down. It's true that Neymar's career was filled up with injuries and controversies, but nonetheless, no matter how much hate he gets for not being perfect, it's undeniable that Neymar Jr. is one of the greatest and the most complete player of all time. And it doesn't matter if he returns or not, because Neymar will always be the part of this beautiful game. So guys, what do you think about Neymar Jr.? Tell us in the comments, and for more similar videos, make sure to subscribe. And also check out this video where we are talking about what happened to Paul Pogba.